Hey yo, everyone, welcome back to another video. Yes, we are here back today. Again, we are back, and today we are going to be looking at a I think it's a 1.17 mod pack on Technical Launcher that we are looking at today, everyone. It is a TNT, an old one. It is quite old, I know, quite old indeed. It is a TNT mod pack that I have actually tested in the past, just like privately pretty much, and we're going to be looking at some of the damage that we can cause today. We are on a super flat world, so you know there isn't much. There isn't much, but we do have a village here. Hopefully we can cause some damage to this. So I reckon first off we just we got to get our flint and steel. We're gonna get our flint and steel. I reckon that first off we get our good old normal TNT down. Our normal TNT. And I reckon we place it... Actually, let's not cause any damage to the village yet. Because I want to save that for the... Oh, looks like we have got another one over there. I want to save that, like, all the damage to the big ones. Like, the big boys here. Like, oh, TNT 500, that's going to cause some real damage. So I reckon here, we'll place that down. There we go. We'll light it. We'll wait for it to explode. We'll see how much damage it does. And there we go. There we go. That is the normal TNT there. That is just the regular blast TNT. Here we have the TNT times 5. Now, what this is pretty much just 5 times the explosion of normal TNT. As you can see, quite a big explosion. Yes, and there we have it. That is the TNT times 5 there. Now, let's jump to the TNT times 20. Now, this one is definitely going to cause some real damage. We're just testing it on this sort of comparison area, you could say, over here. It's sort of just like a comparison area. And as you can see, that is a big hole, might I say. That is a mighty big hole that TNT has created. So, next up, we've got our TNT times 100. Now, here we are. It is 100 times normal TNT. So, we actually are going to fly away a little bit from this one. And yes, of course, we are in creative, so we do not die. And we do get some lag there, but it is a-okay. We now have the TNT times 100 explosion. Now, as we venture onto a more open area, we are going to go on to the big boys. These are the hefty TNTs. This here is the TNT times 500. Now, of course, as the name explains, times 100 the explosion of the normal TNT. Now, if we place it over here, there is the TNT times 500 there, and we deploy our flint and steel. Boom, there we go. We're just going to wait for that to explode. We're actually going to venture quite far over this way, because we sort of want to combat the lag. As you can see there, we kind of got away from it a bit there. We are waiting for it to explode, and we do get quite a bit of game lag there. We do get quite a bit of lag, and it seems as if this is taking its much needed time to generate. Oh, there we go. There we go. That is the TNT times 500, everyone. Let's actually put all of them away, and let's get onto these last 3 here. These aren't all. We are going to go through all of them today, everyone. We actually don't need that anymore. But this is what it looks like with the 500 TNT. Now, this is quite a big hole if you compare it to the normal TNT. Let's say if we fly up here, that is the 500 TNT. As you can see, it did quite a bit of damage to this house and this bit of the village here. Now, over there, that tiny hole there is the 1 TNT, the normal base TNT. Then we got 5, 20, 100, and 500. Now, that is just a big comparison, might I say. Now, if we get on over to the Meteor TNT, now this is what we are going to be destroying this village with, as I have tested this in the past, and it does do quite a bit of damage, might I say. Now, if we get onto our good old trusty Meteor TNT over here, as you can see, we got quite the village population to, you could say our test subjects. This can be the loyal test subject. I will immediately set you on fire. and not put you out. Now, if we've just placed our trusty Meteor TNT here, we light it, we actually have to fly really far away because it does create quite a big hole and quite a bit of noise. As you can see, there's the meteor that crashes down, and there is the meteor crater there. As you can see, the village is almost gone. Apologies for the audio there, everyone, but there was an after explosion of TNT, you could say, or just after explosions, but there is the Meteor TNT, everyone. Now, if we get on over to the flat TNT, as this is pretty self-explanatory, as the name suggests, we will create a little indent here in the dirt, and then we will place the TNT there. I think it's done something, but it is either done something or it has glitched. So we will actually get another, and then we'll place that down and light that there. We will wait for that to explode, as obviously the name suggests. It just creates a nice flat area. Now, we will probably gonna test it again on this, like, sort of extra section of the village. The undestroyed section. As you can see, it doesn't do much, but it does something. It does something. So, that is it for that bit of TNT. Now, if we go on over to the mining flats, compact, the 3 house TNTs, the fire, the snow, and ocean ones. Those are the ones we are going to be doing now. We can see another group of TNT that can cause some damage, but also build some amazing things, because, you know, that's Minecraft. Now, I reckon that we actually get onto the house TNTs first, as I'm very excited to show you what they have in store. So we will place the house TNT over there, the wood house TNT, and the brick house TNT over here. Now, the house TNT does happen to be a cobblestone one. Obviously, as the name suggests, the wood is just wood, and then we got a brick one over there. As you can see, the houses are very simple, very compact, you know, just sort of like a quick fix, might you say. Oh, we don't want to commit arson just yet. Sort of like a quick fix, sort of like if you ever get this in, say, if you can ever craft this in a survival world, you could say, this is something that you could definitely do to get a quick house. But then again, you could just get the wood and build it yourself. Now, those are the two, first 2 houses over there, the stone one and the wood one. Here we have the brick one, which is actually fully furnished with a bed, chest, furnace, and crafting table. Obviously, the chest doesn't have anything in it, but it is quite nice with some glowstone on the top, which sort of does give it a bit of an aesthetic feel, to be honest. Now, we've got the house TNTs done there, and we'll get onto the mining flat TNT, which we will go back over to our big old crater over here, which is actually quite a good example to test some of these mining ones. As you know, we got a large area. We could test it over there, but I'm loving this crater over here caused by the Meteor TNT, as it is my favorite one. So we will be going over here into the dirt. We will be sort of making a little indent. We're going to put the mining flat one there. We're going to be exiting ourselves now from that sort of little area. As you can see, a bit of lag. And this does a lot more in terms of flattening out an area. As you can see, it does a lot more than just the regular flat TNT. We will be destroying this here. But as you can see, it just destroys a large area. If this was in a regular survival world, this would uncover a lot of ores like coal, iron, redstone, and all that jazz, which is what we love. Now, onto the compact TNT, everyone. We are going to... This actually sort of explains it in itself. It's a bunch of TNT in one TNT block. As you can see, a bunch of TNTs there. That is why we actually have to go quite far away. It does get quite loud. Now, that is actually the compact TNT there. As you can see, obviously, it's got the one big main crater there. And then, obviously, it's got its small ones to the side, which are pretty cool if you want to, say, build, like, a massive big pond here and then tiny ponds there. This is just sort of like a building thing that has just come to mind. Now, we can chuck away the compact, and then we can get onto the snow, fire, and ocean TNT. We're going to start off with the fire TNT here. And we light that one. And then we actually are going to go away a bit because I can't quite remember how this one acts. As you... Okay, self-explanatory. It just spawns a big circle of fire. As you can see, that is quite bright. So we are going to go away from that. Now, we are onto the last bit of TNT for our second group. For the second showing, which does happen to be the Snow TNT. Now, this sort of TNT, obviously, it just goes away for us, which we don't really like. But, you know, we'll get it back, and then we go. And it's just going to create a nice, large, snowy area. This is just from my memory. As you can see, not too large, actually. Not too big, but, you know, it's a nice, snowy area. Now, if we place multiple ones of these down and light them all and go away, it is actually going to obviously give us a lot of lag and sound, but more snow that we can use that is at our disposal. That is at our disposal. Now, we are going to get underway with our third group of TNT here, as we are now up to the Vaporize TNT, actually starting at the Hellfire TNT, sorry, as we are going on to grab all of these good-looking TNT ones here. Now, we are obviously going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's another group. That's a fifth group. We're going to have 6 groups of TNT in total. So we are halfway through, which I think is pretty cool. Now, the Vaporized TNT, I'm not quite sure what it does, but I think it just vaporizes a certain area. Now, we are going to be placing it underground to see what it does. I'm not quite sure if it did anything. It doesn't look like it did anything, but I'm fairly certain that if I place it in the snow here, it's going to destroy all the snow. Now, if we can actually light it, there we go. Hopefully all the snow, not all the snow maybe, but a good portion. Okay, it definitely looks like that it does something, but I'm not quite sure what it does, so we are going to have to leave that there. Now, the Hellfire TNT, now that does create quite a bit of sound, so we are going to have to move away for this one. As you can see there, it does bring the nether to us, which is why we are going to be not going over to that area anymore. We could switch it over to peaceful to destroy all the hostile mobs, but we won't do that as I am a big lazy man. Now, we are going to get over to the Ender TNT, which actually does, I think it just brings the end to us. Hopefully not all the mobs and stuff, so we are going to go quite far away. Okay, never mind. It launches us. It launches us. Okay. It launches us. So we are gonna be going this way, back to our thing, and hopefully we can actually find it. Ooh, it looks like we do have a village over this way, and I think we have found our way back. But if this isn't the right way, we do have another village that we can test our TNT on. Now, the nuclear TNT, that does quite a good bit of damage. Now, if I put that there and then light it, I'm going to have to actually go away for this one. It doesn't create a siren of any sorts, but it does, well, it obviously does launch you, that's for sure. And obviously, if we go back, we are going to see all this radioactive stuff over here. Now, from memory, I am actually going to, if I remember how to do it, there we go. I am actually going to switch it to peaceful and put my game mode to survival. If I step on this, I actually start taking damage. Now, this is actually just the radiation from it. It obviously doesn't stick, but it does stay there. And it does give us damage. It does take hearts off us. Not much, though, but it does still do it. Now, if we actually get up off this water here, we can see that there is actually quite a large amount there. There is actually quite a large amount, and this does quite a bit of damage in the immediate area. But, of course, as you move out, you sort of just find the bits of radiation, and then there's sort of less blocks missing from the ground. We are going to switch back to our good old creative mode. And we're going to chuck away the nuclear TNT in the hole here. And we are going to get on with the digging and drilling TNT, as well as the ghost and multiply TNT. Now, I am quite looking forward to these ones, as I think they do a bit of, like, cool stuff, you could say. As we got the digging, I believe so. Yes, that is the digging. As we are going to be waiting for that. As you can see, it just does a 1x1 block hole all the way down to a certain level down here. As you can see, nothing too much, nothing there. And of course, it does, it puts water at the bottom so you don't take any full damage. Now, the drilling TNT, we do have quite a good drilling hole, you could say, over here. Yep, there we go. Much bigger than the 1x1 hole, and it does go all the way down to bedrock with water at the bottom as well, so you don't take any full damage, which I think is quite a good addition. Now, we are going to be going over to the last two bits of this TNT group here, our third and middle group. We do have the Ghost and Multiply TNT. The Ghost TNT, I think it just disappears somewhere. I'm not quite sure what it does. As you can see, it does an explosion somewhere in the ground. I'm not sure where. That is what it does. Sadly, we cannot see the actual explosion TNT hole. Now, we are going to get on to the Multiply TNT over here, which obviously does glitch out for us, as always. But, you know, that is Minecraft for you, and that is what you get for launching on Technic Launcher. This is currently what I'm on. As you can see, Multiply TNT, it multiplies all the blocks here. As you can see, if I drop down, it just multiplies all the blocks as I'm picking up quite a bit of dirt there. Now, that is the end of the Multiply TNT, and we are going to get on over to the next group of TNT. Hey there, this is Editing Hyper here, and I'm sorry that this video has been split into two parts. I could not fathom how long this video would be in the end and in the end product. But guess what? There will be a part 2 coming soon. If you could click that bell to turn on notifications and click the subscribe button as well, it would mean the world to me. It has been amazing seeing you watch the video, and I hope to see you in future videos.